Hello my friends and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk about the Brook Ras1ution. When it comes to compatibility for the Ras1ution 2, the one that I have here, it is PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. So quite a lot. It used to be compatible with Xbox also, but I think 1.5 years ago that it stopped being compatible. But Brooks also has the Ras1ution X available for Xbox hardware. So what hardware can you actually connect to the Ras1ution? Well, there's quite a lot. They have a compatibility matrix on the Brooks website. And of course, I did test some of the wheelbases here too. I tested with the MOZA R9 V2, with the CS V2 steering wheel and the SRP pedals on it, and that worked brilliantly. I also tested the CAMMUS C12 with the C5P pedals. Which worked also fine. One that didn't work was, for example, the Turtle Beach Velocity 1. That one, so I attached the pedals to the wheelbase, but it didn't get detected by the Ras1ution, which is also normal because it is not on the compatibility list. Further, you can also use the CAMMUS C5, MOZA R9, the Thrustmaster, almost the entire Thrustmaster's lineup, Logitech devices, no problem. Fanatec, you can add them, so there's quite a lot. However, with Fanatec, I did run into a problem. So I wanted, normally I have my V3 pedals, my Club Sport V3 pedals, which I normally use, but when I attached them, they wouldn't be recognized. So I tested it with the MOZA base, with the CAMMUS base, but they weren't recognized. Same thing for the CSL pedals, so the Fanatec CSL pedals, they didn't get recognized in combination with the wheelbases that I have here, so MOZA R9 and the CAMMUS C12. However, this doesn't mean that you can't mix the hardware, because when I tried it with the Thrustmaster TLCM pedals, they worked without an issue with the C5 and with the R9 or the C12 better and the R9. So yeah, it's not really it's really the Fanatec pedals that won't work with the other hardware. Of course, they will work in all probability if you attach them via Fanatec CSL base, and then you can probably drive with it. What is also worth mentioning is that you can also add a shifter. So if you connect your pedals with your wheelbase, so you attach it to the Ras1ution with one USB slot, you have one extra USB slot open for other peripherals, like a shifter, for example. The Thrustmaster shifters you can add to it. I didn't test it. Problem was that I used my C5P pedals connected directly to the C12 base, so I had one slot left, but that the C5P pedals don't have a clutch pedal, so I couldn't use the shifter. So but it should work. I read it on different fora that you can attach a Thrustmaster shifter, or any of the shifters that are compatible on the website via the Ras1ution. Installing and setting it up is very simple. You have one USB exit from the Ras1ution, which goes to your PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, whatever, and then you have two input USBs on which you can just attach your hardware. So very easy. You just plug them in, put on the power of the wheelbase, and then put on the PlayStation, and then it gets recognized. You just have to find the button to push to register the device as a controller, but from the moment that you have that, you can just use the steering wheel and the pedals. So a very easy installation, very easy setup of the Ras1ution. The configuration, on the other hand, that can be a bit more difficult. So you have a very limited configuration on the Ras1ution itself, on which you can configure the dead zone, the strength of the wheelbase, and then you have a part of the configuration in the PlayStation itself, in the game itself. So for me, I only have Gran Turismo 7 that I can test on PlayStation 5, and There you can do some of the settings, the sensitivity of the force feedback, the sensitivity of the controller. There are some settings that you can adapt. Finding the right settings is not that easy. And on top of that, you can also put in the settings on the steering wheel itself via the PC. You can configure your wheelbase itself, how much force it does it have to have, turning circle, whatever. You can also edit that via the PC or via the app that the manufacturers have for the wheelbase. Something which is very important to interpret the test results that I have today for the resolution is how it works. So you connect any wheelbase, any steering wheel towards the resolution which is compatible, and then it will transform the input of this steering wheel to the input of Logitech G29, or at least that is what the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 gets from the resolution, is input from G29. A very important variable here is the specifications of the Logitech G29. It is a gear-driven wheelbase and it also has a very limited amount of power, 2.3 Nm of max torque, and this will play a crucial role in how it translates the signal from the resolutions toward the MOZA wheelbase. So how does it feel, the force feedback? Well, on this part of the road, for example, there is not much. Now this is in other games with other hardware also a bit the case, that you don't have a lot here, but here at least I should feel a bit more when I come towards the end of the part before the chicane. Here on the curbs you can feel the vibration in the steering wheel. So that's good. Here again, this is a corner which should have massive force feedback, lateral force feedback, but also the detail from the road. And here I'm holding it with one finger. There is little to no force feedback coming into the steering wheel. Yeah, here I had a bit force feedback. So when you go over the curbs, you will feel it. You will feel the subtle rumble. Here also your wheels are losing grip. It starts to shake a bit. Very good. Again. This part also, long straight part. Again, not that much detail in it. It vibrates just a very tiny bit, very subtle. Here, no changes. Nothing. Oh, here the wheels are slipping. Yeah, and here again. So yeah, for force feedback, well, like I said, I tried a lot of settings. I even because I couldn't believe that there was so little settings in it. But when I started reading up, I started to understand. So there were people that said, yeah, but it's the settings here, that blah 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 blah. So I tried the settings that they proposed, but it gave me the same thing. The settings that I have at this moment, I think, are the best that I have, because you at least you get a little bit of strength from the force feedback when you go into the corners or to when you crash or something. So you can see there is quite a lot of force coming through it, so that's good. But there are no settings that make the details in the road really good. Now I do understand that Gran Turismo 7 is not really the game that offers that much of a force feedback experience. I mean, there is force feedback in it, and yeah, it's basic, but it's not bad. But it should be a lot more when you drive it. But what is a constant between the MOZA wheelbase that I tested and the CAMMUS wheelbase here is that, yeah, the amount of detail that you get from the road itself, so the road details, is very poor, almost non-existent. From time to time you have a little bum, but that's it, and that's a bit of a shame. For the rest, it's not bad. I mean, like here, you can feel the curbs when you go over them. You can also feel it when you go off-road. You feel your tires locking up also, and when you crash, you can also feel it. So it's not bad, but it just misses the detail that you would expect from a direct drive unit. The big question, of course, is this worth it? And that is, a question in two parts. I would say that for a person that just drives on console, that doesn't have any hardware yet, then in that case, I would really not recommend going that way. I would then recommend just buying a compatible wheelbase, a wheelbase that is compatible with the PlayStation. If, for example, you say, okay, but I drive on PlayStation now, but perhaps I will upgrade later to PC. That's also a possibility. I would still then recommend just starting out with a second-hand Thrustmaster T300, and I will guarantee you that you already have a lot of immersion, a lot of the even more details on the road than that you have with a MOZA R5 or an R9 coupled with the resolution on the PlayStation. The other thing would be that, okay, you have a MOZA wheelbase, you have a CAMMUS wheelbase, you mainly play on PC, but from time to time you just want to have some fun with your friends on the console, and then it would be a bit bonkers to buy another second set actually to use on the PlayStation. And there I would be able to recommend the resolution. It's far from perfect. You will undoubtedly feel the difference when you drive with your direct drive on PC in a game and you drive it on Gran Turismo. You will feel a difference. It is because of the game itself, of course. Force feedback, Gran Turismo 7, but still, it is also because of the emulation of the resolution itself, so you will feel the difference nonetheless. But like I said, it would be a viable use case for buying a resolution. So Brook Ras1ution is not the only emulator that there is out there. There is also the Collective Minds Drive Hub. It's only also one that I have at this moment and that I will be testing over the upcoming weeks. Do a small comparison. So if you want to see that comparison, please subscribe. And I would also ask if you have any comments on this video. Please leave them in the comment section. Things like settings that can be used or why a certain hardware doesn't work on it. I would really love to read it, because I just started out with the resolution. I did some research, but of course it's impossible for me to just over the course of 2 weeks know everything about it. So if you have some more information, some secrets that you want to share, please leave it in the comments. For the rest, I wish you a very nice evening, day, whatever, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.